uncle, friend. I know you guys must have seen this story, the story of a US-based man who retired after 25 years in US, came back to Nigeria to settle after the retirement, and then the family conspired against him, and he fell sick, had stroke in Nigeria, and they wanted him dead, excommunicated, and they wanted no communication with his kind of children and wives and all those other people around. So the daughter now came back from the United States to rescue her father. So let me show you this story. Let me give a proper insight to this story, because I want to give a summary, and I've actually learned a lot of things from this story, and a lot of people need to learn from this particular story, especially those of our people where they travel abroad. I'm sharing this with you guys. This is a story of a young lady, Ifunaya, and her father. Yes, Ifunaya said her father was working in the United States, worked for over 25 years. After 25 years, he retired and then left United States for Nigeria. That is a state in the eastern part of Nigeria. Then the man gets house for Nigeria, living in Nigeria. They've been calling and all those things, and if she collects pension for her papa, she go send am back to Nigeria. That is in the tune of $5,000. All of a sudden, she could not reach her father again. When she calls, they say her father is upstairs. This. For many months, this thing dey happen, and she grew some kind of concern and said, you know what, I'm curious about this. I want to know. I want to see my father. She flew down to Nigeria to see her father. All of a sudden, for the front of her father gate, they pour sand, no entrance. They didn't allow her, the uncles and the aunties, they didn't allow her to see her father. And a lot of things, a lot of issue, conflict came up. They assaulted her and the rest because somebody wants to see him papa will retire from US. During the whole fight, the community people came and supported her. Last, a lot of things happened. They saw her father in a critical condition, stroked, and no treatment, nothing, lie on the bare floor. And, so something really sad hit my mind, that your people go fit be your worst enemy. That is something you got to understand. And then took her father, to Lagos to Better Hospital, and now flew her father to the United States, and the family is still trying to fight and other things. So a lot of people have heard the story. That story is all over the internet. But right now, I drew a lesson because I saw the picture of the man with his children and his wife 12 years ago, like what you're seeing on the screen right now. And a lot of people are raising concern. We get some boys in that picture. Where are those boys? They didn't look for their father. So this is quite disturbing. Somehow you got to maintain great relationship with your children, especially. That is one lesson I learned from this. And thank God for Ifunaya. You must not be a man or female before you can actually fight for your parents. That is also a lesson. Those people, they say I must get male pikin and other things. In this whole picture, you see that male pikin, he no go look for him papa. Now the female pikin go look for him papa. So that is something I got to understand. And also, the man should have understood his people, back then. That is something, because there's no smoke without fire. Those signs don't be there, for in brothers and sisters and all these things. Suppose don't study them. In some families, it depends on upbringing. That is one thing you need to understand, because some families, the kind of bond between brothers and sisters in the family, you will understand that no matter what, they will never subject their own brother to this. They will stand up for their brothers. So that is something you got to understand. When you see the signs, you should prepare yourself very well, especially if you are coming back from abroad, to reside in Nigeria after retirement. You should have some second, third option plans, put in place in case this thing can be like this. These are some of the things that will rescue me. And you should maintain a great relationship with your community people. You should make impact in your community. When you make impact in your community will stand up for you. That is another thing I got to understand about all of this. And don't be surprised. One thing I'm looking out for is that a lot of people are blaming the wives. Don't be surprised that the brothers and sisters of this man actually cause a chaos, a rift between this man and his wife. So that is why, as a man, you got to stand up and understand what you want and how you want your family to be and stand up for it. Don't allow anybody to thwart your marriage, to thwart a relationship between you and your children. That is something I kind of learned from this. And the story is all that long because the lady went through a lot, and you could understand that some family members are really satanic from the story. That is something I kind of understand. What is your own take about this? I want you to put your own comment in the comment section so that you can have a glimpse at what you feel.